All around the world, the British seem to have a bad reputation for food and for our eating habits. I think this is starting to change, although we Brits love our takeaways and ready meals are still very popular in the supermarkets, probably more than other countries anyway. But I think people in the UK are becoming more health conscious today. We are more concerned about what we eat. I think this is partly because there are so many cookery programmes on TV now, so people know what they should and shouldn't eat. Also, the government's been running a big campaign through the NHS to help people understand more about healthy living. Firstly, the advice from the NHS is to get your 5 a day, which means you must eat at least 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day to stay healthy and avoid the risk of disease such as heart disease and cancer. 1 portion means an apple, an orange, a carrot or a tomato. It could also mean a handful of grapes or 3 spoonfuls of beans. Obviously you don't have to eat every type of fruit or vegetable every day to stay healthy. And it's a good idea to try different types of food so you don't lose interest, because you mustn't get bored of this and then just give up. Obviously we ought to cut down on other less healthy types of food as well, such as fatty food, processed food, or food with too much sugar or salt. If you eat too much of this, your 5 a day won't have such a positive effect. When I was a student, I had a terrible diet, and I always used to eat a lot of food I would never eat now, a lot of junk food and processed food. So I think this advice is helpful. I feel much healthier now anyway. Ultimately, I think another big reason we have to look at ourselves is because of the enormous financial pressure on the NHS. So many people get ill from diseases that can be avoided just through having a better diet. After all, it's our taxes that pay for the NHS, so it's our money we're spending. So I think it's better to spend it on a nice, healthy meal instead. Okay, let's look at some of the words and phrases from this lesson. Ready meals. A ready meal is packaged food, pre-prepared. You can buy in a supermarket, you take home and you just put it in the microwave or the oven to heat it up and then you eat. You don't need to cook. It's a ready meal because it's a meal that is already prepared to eat. Health conscious. If you say I'm health conscious, it means I'm concerned about my health. I think about my health. I'm worried about my health. My health is important to me. I'm health conscious. The NHS. In Britain, the NHS is the National Health Service. So this is the state system run by the government, paid by our taxes, which runs the country's health service. To give up. To give up means to stop doing something. For example, give up eating fatty food. So you stop eating fatty, unhealthy food to eat healthier food. Cut down on. Cut down on means to reduce something. So you could cut down on fatty food. You could eat less fatty food and eat more healthy food. Cut down on. Processed food. Processed food is food which is made in a factory, sold in a supermarket, that is easy to prepare, but often has ingredients that are not natural or healthy. Often it's very high in sugar, salt and fat. Junk food. Junk is another word for rubbish, basically. So junk food is rubbish food. Food which is processed, high in sugar, salt and fat. It's quick to eat, but it's not particularly healthy. Look after. We have to look after ourselves. This means we have to take care of ourselves. We have to treat ourselves well. We have to do something which is good for us and for our health. Taxes. Tax is money that we pay to the government from the money we earn from work, and this pays for public services like healthcare, education, and policing.